I thought it might be interesting to review another lesson from the old family book, the Deutscher Kinderfreund. As it says on the cover, it's for den Gebrauch Deutscher Volksschulen Nordamerikas. And that's basically North American ethnic Germans. It was produced for German schools where people like my Pennsylvania Dutch family studied in the past. Although it's in standard German, not Pennsylvania Dutch, it's the book that German children would have used because German children learn Hochdeutsch in school, and the Pennsylvania Dutch used Hochdeutsch in church. It was the official language. As you can see on this cover, it says the price is at the bottom 50 cents, a whopping 50 cents. It was printed in New York and 1859. It's the Deutscher Kinderfreund. It's a German primer, and I'm going to take a look at one lesson inside. Here's just one of 146 lessons inside. They're all very interesting. I find them comical. So let's dive into the text here. Du sollst reinlich und ordentlich sein is the title of this lesson. You should be clean, and ordentlich is normally orderly, but in this case, I would say the context means decent. You should be clean and decent, or maybe presentable. This is a story about Ferdinand and Maria. Ferdinand nahm sich des Morgens nie die Zeit, sich zu waschen und zu kämmen und seine Kleidungsstücke gehörig zu saubern. So this young man Ferdinand never takes the time in the morning to wash and to comb and his Kleidungsstücke, his articles of clothing. He doesn't clean them, so he's not doing these things. Spottete wohl gar über seine rheinische Schwester Maria, wenn sie sich bei dem Aufstehen sorgfältig den Mund mit reinem und kaltem Wasser ausspülte, die Zähne putzte, das Gesicht, den Hals und die Ohren wusch und dann ihr langes Haar mit vieler Mühe auskämmte. So here we have an incredibly long German sentence. So I had to look up spotten. That was a new word for me. But spottete wohl gar über seine rheinische Schwester. He mocks his clean sister Maria when she, or if she, stands up and carefully rinses her mouth with clean and cold water. She brushes her teeth. I'm happy to know that people in the 1800s actually brushed their teeth. And the face, the neck, and the ears, she washes. And then she combs her hair with much Mühe. I'm not sure Mühe is a new word for me, Mühe, but I'm guessing it's with much care, with much diligence. She combs her hair. Diesem guten Beispiele folgte der unreinliche Ferdinand nicht, so oft ihn auch der Vater und die Mutter dazu ermahnten und wegen seiner Unsauberkeit bestraften. So another semi-complex sentence here. Diesem guten Beispiele folgte der unreinliche Ferdinand nicht. Ferdinand does not follow these good examples. The unclean Ferdinand doesn't follow these good examples. And so often His mother and his father admonish him. Ermahnten, I had to look that up, that's admonish. Und wegen seiner Unsauberkeit bestraften. So, because of his uncleanliness, punish him. Daher erlebte auch manche Schande. So, because of this, he experiences some misfortune. Kam in die Schule, so hieß ihn der Lehrer oft wieder hinausgehen und sich waschen, und ebenso oft musste er im Winkel stehen, weil er sich die Haare nicht ausgekämmt und die Stiefel nicht gereinigt hatte. So this is another long sentence, very loaded. So when he comes into school, so hieß ihn der Lehrer oft wieder hinausgehen. It sounds like the teacher hauls him out in order for him to wash himself, and he must often stand in the corner because he hasn't combed his hair and he hasn't cleaned his boots. I think Stiefeln is boots. This section was especially hard to understand, and I had to go back and look up a few words. But it says, ja, bekam sogar endlich einen eselhaften, ansteckenden Ausschlag an den Händen, den man die Krätze nennt, und dürfte nun eine lange Zeit gar nicht mit anderen Menschen umgehen. So let's try to break this down. He finally he finally basically came down with a contagious rash on his hands, which people called the Krätze, which that appears to be like scabies or cooties or mange, or the itch. You basically call it the itch on his hands. And he wasn't allowed for a long time to go around with other people, to be around other people. It was an eselhaften Ausschlag. It's kind of like a fool's rash. Esel, the root of that is a donkey. So it's donkey-like or jackass-like outcome for this unclean boy. Jeder verachtete ihn und keiner mochte bei dem schmutzigen Ferdinand sitzen. So this is an easier sentence. Everyone observed him or noticed him, and no one wanted to sit next to the dirty Ferdinand. Schmutzig means that he was really filthy. This next to the last section here says, dagegen wurde die reinliche Maria überall gern gesehen und von allen Menschen wegen ihrer Reinlichkeit geschätzt und geliebt. So what we have here is, in contrast, his clean or pure sister Maria was beautiful to behold, and she was loved by everyone and esteemed by everyone. And lastly, sie sah immer gesund und frisch aus und dürfte sich nie schämen. So she always looked healthy and fresh outwardly, and she was never ashamed, or maybe better, never allowed herself to be shamed or embarrassed.